We
got
some news. Hey,
well, it's not that we don't have news.
I know. It's not
Everyone
like
knows the news. That's the problem.
No breaking news.
No, there's no breaking news.
We have comments on the news.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously the news, Conor McGregor announcing he retired on Twitter, and every single podcast you're listening to has released this already. But that's why I wish we could have just done it then. Like we had our own studio, so we just knock it out that night. But then it's almost better because you get more info. I hit up my legit sources. And when I first saw it, I actually got a text from Jamie, Rogan's producer, who was like, "Did you see?" That's how I found out. He goes, "Did you see Conor's tweet?" I'm like, "No way." So he sends me a snapshot of it. I'm like, "God, that's not even his. I don't even think he would talk like that. That someone hacked his account." And he goes, "I don't think so, man. Everyone tells me it's pretty real." I said, "What did Rogan say?" Rogan thought the same thing.
Sure. At
first, he's like, "That's a hoax," or he's just bullshitting, or trying to create media frenzy. But then. So I checked my sources, legit sources in the business who have credible names, and they're like, "Oh no, it's real."
Was there more than one tweet, or was there just one tweet which said, "Thanks for the chatter, I'll see you"?
Yeah, that's all there was. But then I guess by this morning he did another one, said he had a big announcement, then took it down. But this is the thing. So Dana comes on the Herd, and he goes, well. He's fighting at UFC 200, and all the athletes had to fly to Vegas to do the press conference. He didn't want to do that, so I yanked him from the card. I don't buy it. I just don't. And I'm not a conspiracy guy. The more I look into it, the more sources that I talk to, it's over money. And he can't. And when he got up there, he goes, "It's not about money." Because as soon as you bring up money, that's the number one hit to the UFC. They don't pay the athletes like they should. The Reebok deal screwed them over. It's usually about money, and they want to hide that. They want to hide that stuff
even with Conor.
Yes.
You don't think he's making $10,000
okay,
fight?
10 grand.
I mean, $10 million a fight.
Even 10 million. You know how much he makes them? That's the problem. We see 10 million. He should be getting paid more.
Right.
He should be getting paid more. And then let's just go over the PR stuff. So Conor McGregor lives in Ireland, correct?
Yeah.
It's a 14-hour flight to Vegas.
Probably a little less, but yeah, it's your
13 and a half.
taken.
I looked it up before this. 13 and a half because I knew you were going to argue. 13 and a half. It's planes. So 13 and a half flight, right?
Right, because it's probably not even a direct flight.
Not a direct flight. So 13 and a half hours on a plane to come to a press conference. Now, this day and age, press conferences are old school, man. He could send out a tweet, just like he did. His retirement tweet is the biggest tweet by any pro athlete this year, 2016. I think it's going to be the biggest tweet by an athlete of all time. You say Marshawn Lynch's is bigger?
I looked it up. Marshawn Lynch's retirement tweet has 210,000 retweets. Conor's is already at 160. It's been one day. It's probably going to end up within the next 48 hours.
He'll beat that.
The most retweeted athlete tweet of all time.
Just for context there, his tweet outdid Kobe Bryant's retirement. That's how big he is. Jeez. So when you say fly to Vegas for 14 and a half hours to do a press conference and you're as big as Conor McGregor, it becomes this pissing contest.
It's not just that.
His egos.
His press conferences are theatrical. He puts out a lot of energy at his press conferences. It's not like he's just sitting there talking. We all expect him to put on a show, to put on a fight.
Well, he can't do like everyone else.
It's
every other fighter goes, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to do my best, and it's going to be a good fight. I'm going to knock him out. Conor has to come up with this magical, mystic, Mac shit nonstop. It has to be original every single time.
That's right.
Now he's coming off a loss, so it has to be even better, right?
Yes.
He has to come up with different schemes now.
Yes.
So even more pressure's on him. So I just feel like Conor, you can't, Dana's point can't be, well, people say I baby Conor, so this is me showing you he's just like every other fighter. No, that's not true. And if you want to say, well, everyone's the same here, it's not true. Then treat everyone the same. I know people who get cars randomly. I know people get miscellaneous checks. There's people who have in different endorsement deals. The UFC and pro sports in general, not everyone's treated the same.
Yeah.
If you're a super megastar like Conor McGregor, you do not follow the same rules as everyone else.
Right.
He's the biggest draw. He's the biggest gate by far. He also has done the most interviews out of any UFC fighter ever when he did that world tour. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't know that.
And we're not talking about LeBron James. I went 17 for 24 shooting tonight, and I look forward to the game. No, bitch. He's come up with magical shit that creates all this hype.
Yep.
So for a guy like him to say, man, I have the biggest fight of my life. I don't want to fly to Vegas. I'm willing to do a press conference here. I'm willing to do whatever you want out of my gym. You can have the press conference in Ireland, but I'm not getting on a plane flying all that way, man. It fucked me up. Last time it fucked me up.
It does fuck you up.
I talked to him. He goes, that
jet lag?
No, I personally talked to him. He goes, when he was in Venice last time we sat down, he goes, bro, they have me doing so much media, man. It's insane. He goes, it's exhausting. He goes, that world tour, I mean, dude, it something has to change. So I think it's that. And the more I look into it, the more sources that I talk to also say it's about money. He wanted $10 million to fight Nate Diaz again. And the UFC was like, no. Now you can go, well, he's under contract. He should be promoting the fight. Listen, man, he's the first fighter ever in the history of the UFC who has this power. I told you guys this was going to happen. What'd I say? If I'm Conor McGregor, I'm not doing shit for 20 unless you give me $20 million. Yeah. He has that power to demand that.
And it's right.
But again, people go, that's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. He makes the UFC way, way more money. Way more money than they pay him.
That's right.
If you break down, it's not even close.
Of course.
And then he's sponsored by Reebok. So he loses money in that. So the potential for him to make more money is there, but he's limited because of the UFC. Mm-hmm. So for a guy of Conor McGregor's stature, win or lose his last fight, he's by far the biggest star. Not even close. Bigger than Ronda, bigger than Brock Lesnar, has the biggest gates of all time. For a guy like that to go, man, you want me to do this? I need 10 mil. Or I'm not going on this fucking press conference that's 15 hours away. That's insane, man. You guys come here. Did anyone ever think about talking, putting their egos to the side and go, listen, here's what we're going to do, Conor. How about we fly our guys out to you and we do it via Skype, via whatever you want, via video, and Nate's here, you're here, or maybe...
None of us would mind that.
No. Like, Conor, the press conferences, we like them, but Conor could do something that would reach more people. The ESPNs, the Foxes, I hate to tell you, man, that shit's outdated. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
Conor's social media, he has more followers than all of them.
Yeah.
More people are going to see what he tweets or Instagrams or Snapchats than any of that.
Yeah.
Not even close.
It's also like for him to, we know that with MMA, you could, at any given time, if he lost to Nate, his value does fall regardless. So of course anybody with a brain would take this opportunity and say, I want $10 million, I want $20 million, I make you guys a lot of money. So capitalism, the capitalist, the marketplace says he's worth it, pay me my money.
Well, the marketplace, it's proven he's worth
100%.
So the marketplace, he's been proven to be worth more than that. And we're not talking about people out there are going to say, oh well, he's selfish. He signed the contract. Well, the only difference is in fighting, if he fights a guy like Nate Diaz who can box his ass off, and he goes in there and gets, let's say, $2 million,
right,
instead of $10 million, and maybe he takes a hit, he's never the same again.
That's right.
So you want to capitalize as much as you can in this sport. And my issue is the UFC can't say, well, we treat everyone the same. No, you don't. You let Ronda pick when she fights. She goes, I'm shooting a movie, so I'm fighting here. Right. Who do you want to fight? Let's see. I want to fight that. We can't do that.
Right.
If you want to say playing favorites,
right. I also sympathize.
That's fine if you play favorites,
right.
But you can't come out.
Be consistent.
Be consistent.
Yeah.
Either you're a good old boy and you run it like Vince McMahon, it's entertainment,
right.
Or you're a fucking business.
But don't pull the card.
And you're running it like Roger Goodell.
Yeah, don't pull the card. He's got to do what everybody else does when it's convenient.
Yeah, don't pull by both. Be like, oh, I'm a businessman. You got to come to the press conference.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you're not coming? Fine. You're not fighting.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I don't care. First time ever, guy goes, fuck it. I don't care.
Amazing.
I retire, bitch.
Amazing. And I have to say,
it's good for the sport, and I'll let you go be here, but it's good for the sport. I'm not a hater. What I am is a realist, and I'm a guy who something has to change, because in the NFL, if a guy did this, he has a whole union supporting him. Mm. They have all these laws, they have all these payment benefits where you can't do that to a guy.
I wonder why that happened. I wonder why those unions came about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because think about Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch, best running back in the league. The Super Bowl, bigger than any UFC of ever. Not even fucking close. Marshawn Lynch doesn't do interviews. He sits there and sits silent. Imagine if Roger Goodell went, you're not playing in the biggest game of your life. The union, the NFL players union go, get the fuck out of here. You don't have that power. Just run the business. You don't have that power. He can do whatever he wants. You can fine him.
Yeah.
Which is what a businessman would do. You can fine him, but you don't pull him for your card, because who's it hurt now? It hurts Conor.
And the UFC.
It also hurts you, you dumbass. It hurts you.
Yeah.
Because now you could stack UFC with whoever you want. Go and stack with all the guys. None of them are a draw like Conor. They're just not.
That's right.
And when you say, oh, well, the brand's bigger than the fighter, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and get rid of Conor, Ronda.
Even Nate now. Even Cowboy, all those guys, you know.
Those guys, those aren't on the same level. There's only a couple. There's very few guys who are huge mega draws who have this power.
Well, human beings identify with like their players. You know, I identify with the
identify
fighters,
with
not with a brand.
No. I identify with what's right and wrong. I identify with bullies. When someone's being a bully, you can see that. And for the first time, I think everyone's looking at it wrong. You know, Conor's being a baby. Conor this kind. No, you guys are looking at it wrong. For our sport, this is good, man. Yeah. This is good.
We're in the beginning of a big change.
Leather helmet.
Yeah.
And then finally, someone's going to go, dude, what the fuck? You don't think Conor could sell out a stadium if he was fighting Dada fucking 5,000 in Dublin and had 2 cameras? His mom and his brother grabbed cameras and filmed it?
Yeah.
He's going to get huge ratings. He does not need the UFC. And for the first time, we have a guy like this.
Yeah.
And also, everyone else sucks Dana White's dick. When he says jump, they say, how high? When you ask this badass Irishman to jump, he went, I don't think so. Matter of fact, pay me if you want me to jump that much.
Yeah.
We need this, guys.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
I agree with you.
It's not a bad thing at all.
I agree with you
100%. The more I look into it and the more I talk to people, it's like he wanted more money and he also wanted to do the press tour. And Dana has this whole ego thing, even with the Reebok deal, you know, and it's like there comes a point where it's going to hurt your business. Now, you are batshit crazy if you think Conor McGregor's going to retire. I promise you guys he fights very soon, if not Madison Square Garden. I guarantee you Dana has people around who are more level-headed who are saying, listen, I know the contract says this. I know you expect him to do this. Look what you've done over here before, though. Look what you've done over here. We can't ride and die on that. The more we look into it, it's just we don't have an argument. We actually need this guy. For the first time in our
they're gonna have to bend
in this organization. We're gonna have to come to agreement with this guy. He has that much power. What are you gonna do? No, there's gonna be another Conor McGregor. Not in your lifetime, buddy.
No.
Guarantee you there won't be.
And we want to see him
fight. He always says that. There'll be another John Jones, another Conor McGregor. You're dead wrong. There'll be another Ronda Rousey. Not in our lifetime. Fighters don't come around like that. It's not the NFL. There's no draft. There's no crop of college talented badasses. There's not. They take away those 3 stars. Name a star and fucking go.
Yeah.
There's none.
And part of it might be also a couple things. One, I think the way the incentive structure and the pay structure for fighting in general in UFC is that it's hard to attract big talent, but also the way they structure their business model, it doesn't allow people to feel good about themselves. It doesn't allow people to flourish. They are always beating you over the head with the idea that UFC is bigger than you are. I also think
for the first time, like I said, we have a guy who is fighting back, man. Like anyone who's ever been bullied out there, anyone who has a boss who's like, do this. You're like, man, I don't want that. That's not right to me. I'm worth more than this.
And by the way,
that's not right to me. So I think you guys need to gather around this and support this shit. Conor doesn't owe you anything. He didn't ruin UFC 200. The owner of the organization did. But there has to be an agreement. It's not his way or the highway. Conor's bigger than that, and this is a good thing.
Yeah.
So I think.
Are you sure that's how it went down? Where he said, "I'll yank you from the card," and Conor said, "I'm going to retire."
Positive.
You are positive.
Positive.
Wow.
Why would I? Come on, B. What are we doing?
I don't know.
Am I speculating?
Yeah.
No,
people
it's out
speculate
there
all the time. All right.
Well, no, Dana went on the herd and said that exact thing.
Wow.
Why would I?
And he said, "I'll take you from the card. I'll pull you from the card." That's amazing.
He said, "You got to do what everyone else does. Or I'm pulling for the card."
So here's also another thing to think about, and you know this from traveling as a fighter. I certainly know this as a stand-up, but it may seem like 14 hours on a plane and doing a press conference is no big deal. You have to understand that when you are training on his level and you have to sit in a plane and you have to deal with jet lag and your sleep patterns get screwed up, it will affect not only your training, but I'm sorry, but it can also open you up for injury. It's exhausting. You're not going to be your best. He's got an insane war ahead of him. He's got to fight.
But if you're worldwide, did anyone think to have press conferences in Ireland? Why not have
Skype it? You got technology.
But let's say you want to do it in person. Did anyone ever think to bring Nate Diaz to Ireland?
Well,
no, even though he beat him, Conor is still the draw.
But then Dana would have to go to Ireland.
I don't give a flying fuck.
I'm saying the party would have to move to Ireland.
That's the power of Conor McGregor.
Well,
and what's Dana have to get ready for?
Yeah.
Put on a suit and sit there and watch the baddest man on the planet and figure out who's going to fight next?
Listen.
Who gives a fuck if he has to fly?
Listen.
You have your golden pony. You have Nate Diaz. You know, maybe me in the middle. I don't know. But to treat him like everyone else this time because it works for your game
plan. Not
only
that, it's also to take your golden pony and say, really, I'll yank you from the card.
See, that's an ego thing. And that's where an ego thing comes in.
I mean, yeah, and he doesn't need it.
It's just weird to me. And then the other thing that's weird to me is it's a double-edged sword because also why the UFC got big so fast because not a lot of other guys do this. But at the same time, no one thinks it's a little weird that Dana goes on a press conference to talk about the drama in the UFC. Is that not weird to anybody? Can you imagine Roger Goodell did this? Roger Goodell is a straight businessman running a very successful corporation. When Marshawn Lynch didn't come out, he goes, we'll talk with the people, we'll figure it out, and we'll access it from, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we'll plan accordingly. He got fined. Boom.
Yeah.
Game goes on. There's no press conference. No, you can't have the owner of your organization want to be a celebrity. It's fucking weird to me. Is that not weird to anyone?
Yeah, I mean...
and again, I'm not a hater, man, but these are discussions that people should have.
Well, does Roger Goodell doesn't have cameras following him everywhere?
He could. Oh, you think Dana's more famous than Roger Goodell? Oh, that's so cute. You realize America has an entire day dedicated to the NFL.
Correct.
Sunday.
That's right.
And now they have Thursday.
That's
right.
They
also have Monday.
No, it's
the biggest.
It's not even in the
same
close
area. Oh, you don't think Roger Goodell could have cameras around him? That's so cute. It's just weird, man.
It's the same mistake.
And you're batshit crazy if you think it's over a press conference. Guarantee it's about money, and that's the number one Achilles heel with the UFC is money. And when you find out how much they're paying the fighters to how much they're making, you will be shocked if those numbers ever truly come out. You will be shocked. And as much money as Conor's making, $10 million seems like life-changing. As much as he's making the UFC, they should write him that fucking check.
First of all, let's break down what $10 million really means to a fighter. And
Well, it doesn't matter. $10 million's a lot of money. We don't have to go through the whole camp. We've done that before. No, but it's a lot of money.
But no, hold on. What I'm saying is that he'll see of that after he pays off everybody and taxes. I wouldn't be surprised if he saw less than half. Just as an actor, I know how much I see, less than half. And it could be as small as $4 million. I don't know what the tax rate is. But it's very hard to hold on to all of that money. And I'm just saying, like we say in MMA, could be his last fight. Could be his, he may have 3 fights after, we don't know. But that for a guy like Conor, if that's your big ticket, that you go for as much money as you possibly can.
You have to, man. Because you think Dana's gonna watch after him if he loses his next fight? You think they're gonna do him any favors? No, and he has no power anymore. The other thing is too, Conor's at a level where if he wanted to go do the Floyd Mayweather thing, throw his own promotion, you know how much more money he would make? So the potential for him to make more money is out there.
Do you have any idea? Can you speculate on what you think his contract is?
I really can't because he redid it, and then if it's not a title fight compared to a title fight, obviously he gets pay-per-view percentages, stuff like that. It'd be tough, man.
But do you think do they typically try to lock you up with something like that with 6 fights, or is it?
It's usually 6 fights. Yeah,
it is.
It's usually 6 fights, and then you have to have a certain number of pay-per-view buys, which for Conor's not an issue, to get points. Pay-per-view points.
Right.
And the most points for a while was Brock Lesnar. Now, I'm assuming Conor's now.
Right.
But I'm not even going to try jumbling these numbers. But he's the highest paid. He's the biggest star. I guarantee you he's going to fight again in the UFC. And all the comments, like even our fan questions, people go, "I'll just go to Bellator." It doesn't work like that, man. Like even now, I retired. There's no loophole in the contract that says if you retire, you're out.
You owe them a certain number of fights before you get out of your
there's the
contract.
champions clause too, which actually, if you retire as a champion, it actually extends your contract.
Yeah, so the reason why the UFC is who the UFC is, obviously great promoting. They have the best fighters in the world. They have the best lawyers. Like, what I didn't realize in my last contract that I signed, 6-fight deal, is if you're hurt, it extends the contract. So let's say I have a fight, I break my nose and I have surgery, and it's a horrible surgery and I'm out, let's say 6 months. They're going to extend your contract by 6 months.
Damn.
Because they can say, you could have fought then for us, but since you didn't, we're going to extend it. Because you had the potential to fight and you didn't.
But
if you turn down a fight, they extend your contract.
Wow. But I thought it was based on fights, not on time.
Nope.
Damn.
It just depends.
Yeah. They got you locked up basically.
They're the best in the world with the contracts.
Yeah.
Always have been.
Yeah.
Which is smart of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's interesting though. But again, it's a good conversation to have, man. I just think these conversations are vital for the growth of the sport. To say that the UFC is bigger than anything, man, Conor goes to Bellator, and he might be bigger. Because imagine if Spike put him on televised TV on
not
Spike.
only that, I think
Kimbo and Ken Shamrock are pulling numbers. What do you think's going to happen if Conor?
Someone like Conor went, you could see a mass exodus. It would legitimize Bellator to the extent where you'd see a lot of fighters the minute their contract.
I guarantee the UFC has him so wrapped up, and they can also freeze his contract like did Randy Couture. There's certain stuff they can do.
So when
but the only time where I think I see all you guys' conspiracy theories, and some are very thought out, and some are very good. The only way I could see this being a honey dick situation is if there's only one person who could save UFC 200 and make it a big draw. His name's George St. Pierre. And if George St. Pierre randomly fills in after Conor leaves, then I might be a little suspect. I think Conor's a little upset, but for Dana to pull him so fast, I think we might be.
That's interesting.
I could see this being
interesting. So,
but what did George say? George was on MMA Hour with the great Ariel Helwani, and he goes, "Man, I'd love to come back, but the Reebok deal's just too bad. I couldn't agree to that." You're talking about an international superstar in George St. Pierre who was signed by Under Armour and had Nike coming after him.
Wow.
He chose between all these big companies.
Wow.
You're talking about a legit superstar, fucking runs Canada, one of the best fighters of all time. Oh, Reebok, what are you going to pay me? He laughs at it. So he goes, UFC's either going to have to make up for it in my contract, or Reebok's going to have to make up for it.
Oh, yeah.
But I ain't fighting for that bullshit.
No. And again,
he's sponsored by Under Armour.
That you'd be crazy not to do that.
Now, if I'm the UFC, I'm going, all right, Reebok, this has been a terrible idea. We've sold 7 fight kits, and the ones that we have, the names have been misspelled. Now listen, we need George St. Pierre.
Of course you do.
We're going to need you guys to put up some money. You guys have really given us a black guy. Is there any way you can pay George this much money? Mm-hmm. And they should go right away, sir.
Yeah.
Right away.
I agree.
It's George St. Pierre.
My guess is that
him.
I would imagine that Reebok wants to divest.
I would imagine Reebok went, holy fuck, let's stick to CrossFit.
Yeah. They've had a tough time of it, haven't they?
Tough time would be a friendly word.
Yeah. Mismanaged and just not.
We sell more shirts than them. This small podcast, I will bet any amount of money on it. We can share numbers if you want, Reebok. We sell more shirts per month than they do.
Listen, you're going to piss them off, dude.
Oh, no. Please don't send me old school Reebok.
They've already taken you.
Taking me off what?
You
I was just on UFC Tonight. Oh, you're talking about, I don't care. No one buys them. I think one guy has one, maybe. They took him down before you could order them. I think people ordered them, they refunded their money. Type move. You don't think I can make my own? I could literally make my own, make it Fire and Kid style.
I know.
You don't think it'd be better? We can play this game. Listen, man. I'm a detailed guy. We can do it if you want.
Oh, man.
Either way, though. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then poor Nate Diaz. Like, the only way that he's going to ever make as much money as he did is if he fights Conor or if he fights George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
If they toss him Robbie Lawler or Woodley or something like that, it's just not.
No.
They
have to save that card, don't they? I mean, they have to save that card with a big name.
There's one
other guy.
There's one man on this planet who can save UFC 200.
And that's George St. Pierre.
Yes. I am not impressed. He talks like that. And he's a great guy, and he's a hell of an athlete. He's the only guy. But again, you have to jump through these loopholes.
Hey, Evan, when was the last time George St. Pierre fought? When did he fight Johnny Hendricks? How long ago was that?
God, that was what, 2014?
2014. He took some time off.
A long time.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen guys do it.
Yeah.
It's tough for him to come back.
Yeah.
It's tough for him to, yeah.
Is it?
If anyone could do it, it's George. George wouldn't come back unless he was ready. He's also training with guys who are up and coming and monsters.
It's November of 2013, actually.
Wow. He's been talking, though, about coming back. He's been talking a lot.
Well, yeah, I just told you. He was on MMA Hour there in Hawani. Yeah. He doesn't care about fighting for belts. He just wants to fight the biggest names.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Give me a lot of money.
But again, you're going to have to...
How old is George now?
You're going to have to check your ego and pay the man what he's worth.
Yeah.
He's not wearing Reeboks.
He's 34.
He's young, hasn't taken a lot of punishment either.
No, he hasn't.
And very, very smart with his body. Listen, I know George, man. He wouldn't come back if he wasn't ready.
No, he
He's
would
a
not.
fucking monster.
Yeah.
He'd give anyone in the world fritz. But again, there's only one fucking bat signal you can put in the sky to save this card. And he's Canadian, and he has a very high voice. And he's a fucking badass.
I have to make a point of my life.
He fucking loves dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. How weird is that?
So
he goes,
funny.
he goes, I love
three things get me excited in life at this point: women, dinosaurs, and the violence of the octagon.
What is it, the greatest quote of all time?
Fantastic.
Is that not the best?
Women, dinosaurs, and the violence of the octagon.
He used to, in the back of his, he had like a big Q45 Infinity, this big white one. He picked me up in Montreal. He used to have the Art of War in the back of his car. And there's just pages like crumpled and like marked. Yeah, he's a beast.
Marco told me he's a really good chess player. Like he's got a really
smart
good strategic
dude, man.
mind.
Very smart guy.
He'll break you down. He will find the hole in your game. He will find where you have one little window open in your house.
That's the only time I'd get skeptical hippo eyes. If George announces like in the next week or so he's coming back, look at my face.
You got hippo eyes right now?
That's skeptical hippo eyes. You ever seen that meme?
Yeah.
A skeptical hippo?
No.
He looks like the most skeptical person you've ever seen in your life. I'll show you after this. He's hilarious.
Skeptical hippo eyes.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, if George comes back, then something fishy. Either way, man.
Something
Conor
fishy
McGregor
is
stuff.
going
I love
on.
it. I think it's what the sport needs. It's a good discussion to have. Yeah. So again, just to sum up the questions before we get to, when we jump to fan questions, none of them are on there, hopefully. But can't go to Bellator, can't fight for another organization. They own his rights. And he's not scared of Nate Diaz. He actually asked for the fight against his management, against the UFC brass opinions. He was like, no, I need this fight again. I need to get this back. So anything of him being scared, that you don't get to the UFC by being scared of anybody. Yeah. Him fighting in Bellator is not happening. So all those questions, please stop.
Yeah.
Are you kind of surprised at the lack of outward support from other fighters?
They're afraid.
No, they're jealous. No, they're jealous. I think.
Aren't they afraid though too?
Again, that's a good point, B. You're right. I think some guys are afraid because, like, damn, if they took Conor McGregor off, shit, I'm lucky I even got a fucking Reebok.
You don't want to pick Conor's side on this because it's directly against Dana.
They make mental notes. Who's the worst matchup possible for this dumbass who said this?
Or they'll just sit you, right?
They might. No, do you get shitty? They're not gonna do you any favors. You're not gonna be doing any PR tours. You're not gonna be, being featured on Countdown and stuff. They'll get you. So again, great point. Some are very afraid to speak out, and the other point is, I think a lot of people, and I get it, man, are jealous of Conor McGregor because he gets so much attention. He did lose. He's still by far the biggest draw. He's making hand over fist more money than anyone in the UFC. He's the poster boy. He's on the video game. So it's natural for a competitive guy and a fighter to go, fuck him, man. Why don't I get that?
Actors have that too.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
So I think by some guys not supporting him, they're scared, and the thing is jealousy. But it'd be one hell of a thing, man, if you had George, Ronda, Cain, Verdun, Mighty Mouse, Dominic Cruz, TJ Dillashaw, Robbie Lawler, Woodley, if all these fucking the best of the best got together and went, nah, we're not fighting either. You know what? Yeah. What if all of UFC 200 did that? You know what? Conor's right, man. We're sick of this shit. Now we're not fighting either. Fill the card with someone else. Then you'd have a revolution. Then you'd have changes. Then they would have to make changes. That's never going to happen, though. No. People need to eat. People don't have the same thought. Some people are happy making $20,000 wearing Reebok kits. Some people aren't.
It's also that everybody has their own camp, and it's not like you're friends with all those people. It's not like
it's not about that.
It's not about
that. It's about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
In the NFL, a lot of them aren't teams, but they all share the same vision. But fighting's tough, man.
I think you will have. I think the way a union will form for fighters is when you get a lot of very smart lawyers who come to the UFC with a class action suit. It's not fighters' job because fighters don't know how to fight that fight. No. Lawyers do. Oh, yeah. And believe me when I tell you.
There's some smart ones out there. I'm surprised no one's attacked it.
Because they haven't seen the money yet. But believe me when I tell you that there are plenty of lawyers out there who the UFC may have good lawyers and great lawyers. There are plenty of other great lawyers who can give them a fucking fight and would relish it and relish creating.
I'm surprised it's not some young badass lawyer chomping at the bit to take this thing over. You know when I think it's going to change? And I was going to say this. I think things won't change till Dana White's not the president anymore. I think if they were to sell to Fox, obviously there's been rumors, if they're sell to Fox, ESPN, something like that, and a new president came in, I think you'd see some changes. Because he would come in and go, well, I'm not a promoter, I'm a businessman. We're going to have to run this like a business. Yeah. We're going to have these lawyers. We're going to have them have a fighters union. They're going to have equal right, all this stuff. Sure. Yeah, that's the only time we see a change. I don't see a change coming anytime soon. No. But when a guy tries like Conor McGregor, and if you don't love it, God, you deserve to get flicked in the dick every morning.
Flicked in the dick.
With a big old spicy finger.
Flicked off. Just back there.
Flicked.
But
yeah,
don't
I don't know,
flick
man.
my dick.
I was excited. You know how some people meditate. We have a sponsor of the meditation shit, but you know how some people meditate. They'll sit there. Mm-hmm. I run to meditate. Yeah, I'll run. I put on classical music, and I come up with all the shit that I'm usually gonna. Because so we had this. Obviously, it's important that we discuss Conor. Yeah, and then we have our editing of Fire and Kid 3D after this, which due dates tomorrow. Yeah, and then tomorrow I shoot my first thing for that show. Yeah. And then I have Rogan.
Got a lot of stuff going.
Yeah. So
you got Rogan on
I got Rogan tomorrow. Well, today. If you guys listen to me and Rogan and break down some preview of the fights this weekend, and obviously I'm sure we'll get into some Conor McGregor.
Good.
But I run because some people can sit there, but I like to run for a long distance with classical music on. It might be weird.
Ran on the beach. It's not weird at all.
I took a picture for you.
It's meditative.
It's good. It's the way I meditate.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I write. The way I write is I walk.
Yeah.
So much of like
everyone's different, I think.
Don't you love? Aren't you loving though the fact that you have a job now where you are? It's up to you and your imagination.
Yes.
Like you've got to create shirts. You've got to come up with different strategies for the business, for making the podcast interesting and fun to listen to. That there's I feel so privileged that I make my living that way. Like I have to come up with something out of nothing when I wake up in the morning, and every day is kind of a gift because you can sit and by the way, to people who are listening, like you don't. Like I always say, well, you don't like your job or something. There is a way to sit or walk or run or something and try to come up with a better idea for yourself. And the way you do it is by whatever works for you. Some people need to sit quietly in a room. Other people need to walk. For me, walking. When I'm walking in the mountains or whatever, when I don't have any distractions, I come up with ideas. There's nothing better.
Dude, there's Tony had his boy on. I forget his name right now. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sure you're listening now. But he's this 19-year-old kid. Tony, he's from Tony's hometown, and I think he was 10 last time Tony saw him, 10 or 11, right? And he's 6'7" now. Fucking, he came around. I was like, Jesus Christ, why don't you play basketball? Jeez. And Mutombo out of the shot, like he's huge, right? Yeah. And so he's from Sunderland, England. It's a small town in England. There's nothing going on. And I go, what do you do, man? He's the nicest guy. Right away, I was like, I like this guy. Sure. You know how I am. And I go, what do you do, man? He goes, I work in, I'm not even going to try his accent. And he goes, I work in, and he has a speech impediment where he stutters, like really, really bad. And he goes, I work in a factory. I go, how old are you? He goes, 19. I go, and what do you do at this factory? He goes, well, I work for this car company, and I put door handles together 12 hours a day. And he goes, but my back started, because his posture's kind of shitty. Yeah. And he goes, I'm hunched over like this.
Think about that.
I said, well, first of all, maybe get a job where you're fixing light bulbs. So you're like this, upright. And then second of all, what the fuck are you doing in a factory? You're 19. Yeah. And then I go, what are you doing here? He goes, I used to come to the gym and watch Tony box when he was pursuing the Olympics, and I was a big fan, and I'm just super inspired by him because Tony Jeffries, who was my striking coach when I was in the UFC since I moved to LA, owns Boxing Burn in Santa Monica.
Great gym.
We work out there,
Chris
right?
Van Erden.
All the boys are there. And so Tony was an Olympic boxer. He was stuck in Sunderland, and there's nothing at Sunderland, but it's a small town. There's not shit going on there, man. They have one subway and a street light. There's not much going on there. And Tony's like, dude, there has to be more than this. And Tony moved to LA. He has the #1 gym in California now, which is crazy. Yeah. So he's an inspiration in this small town. So that's why homeboy came out here, and he's like, I'm never fucking leaving. Wow. But he has to go. So he went back yesterday, and I was like, I had lunch with him, right? And I'm like, are you sad to go back? He goes, I'm not sad. I'm inspired because I'm coming back in August. I'm going to move here.
Good for him.
I'm like, fuck yes,
Good
man.
for him. I
said, you have a girl? He goes, yep, but hey, man, you got to do what you got to do.
No, man, listen. And,
you can't for sure don't let I told him, I said, how serious is it? And I went, well, you're 19, so look at me. You tell her, hey, I have to do this unless she's coming with you. You say, I have to do this. This is my dream. See ya.
Of course. Of course. You know, I don't care if you're 19 or 30 or whatever. There's no reason why you can't sit for a second, and people don't do this. Sit for a second, really ask yourself what you want to do, and then I don't care, come up with the first step. It doesn't have to be the whole game plan. Come up with the first step, but it's about like being imaginative. Being imaginative isn't just for certain people. You can be imaginative. It doesn't mean all it means is sit and wait for something to show up in your mind. And if it means running,
I think it's better to discuss it with someone.
Sure, that works too. Discuss it, but dream a little bigger.
Dude, I told Tony with this kid, I said, whatever he needs to get here, it's a plane ticket, I said, I will pay for it.
Yeah.
Like you wait till you see this kid.
Awesome.
You're like, dude, I was like, you're so full of life. The fuck are you doing?
Isn't that great though? When you get, is he now? You're
putting together the little door handles for this car company, and he's like, my back hurts. I went, no shit.
You know what, dude?
You're a giant giraffe bent over.
You're like a father. You're getting to a point. You're getting to an age where you're going. This kid has a light, and I want to keep that light on in his eyes.
I've always been that way though.
Fighters
anyway.
So have I. I know you have.
If I can help.
You and I connect that way.
True.
You and I have. Well, that's how.
Couple 1-2 givers.
Well,
don't ask you for money, you fucks.
Yeah, but it's true. You and I have always connected on the idea that our heart breaks for a lot of the world, and we want to help them, and we do. It's not easy, but there's nothing wrong with it. And but when I see somebody who has potential, when I see somebody who has a light in their eyes, the worst thing you can ever see, and I've seen it before, is when you see them 5 years later and that light's gone.
Or they've done nothing.
And now they're settled.
Dude, I was in Whole Foods yesterday, so we can talk about it after this, that ketogenic diet. Never felt better.
You look good.
People are telling me how I'm going to have all these crazy cravings and headaches. And, dude, I've never had more energy, worked out every day. I mean, what's weird is I'm sweating nonstop. I had another different shirt on before. I was sweating. I cannot stop
sweating. Body temperature's higher?
Maybe, just fat burning, son. But
you never felt better?
Never better.
I was expecting you to be like,
me too, man. No, never better. Look at me right now. You're seeing me so clear.
No sugar.
It's only like, I think, 4 or 5 days.
Honestly,
5 days.
All bullshit aside, I swear to God, you look leaner.
It's weird.
I swear to God.
I don't know.
I'm liking the look.
Thanks, man.
And by the way, because I fought for peer pressure, I might just be behind you.
Dude, it's the best diet of all time.
Really?
It's fucking awesome.
A ketogenic diet. Well, you got to do it right.
You have to do it right.
So what do you not eat?
The reason why I tried it is because I need to do something because we have so much going on. I'm like, God, I get home and I'm like so exhausted.
I'm tired,
And during the day I'm crashing a little bit. And because obviously I've been a fucking sweet tooth. And I don't have a sweet tooth. I have sweet teeth, bitch.
Right.
Like my shit is so sweet. Like I love them, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to make a change. Otherwise, there's no way I can keep up the consistency we're doing with shows and all this stuff. So I talked to Rogan a little bit, and I'm like, well, Rogan's a really smart dude, and he gets balls into diets. He looks great. He works more than I do. I might try it. And then one of my best friends who has been on the diet before it was cool for the past 4 years, Tim Tebow, well, he's really smart too and educated. I was like, I probably should try it. And I was just talking to Rogan, and then who you'd be surprised. You know who finally sold me on it?
I do.
Stevie Blue Eyes.
Stevie Blue Eyes.
Me and Stevie were talking. And he goes, dude, this ketogenic, blah, blah, blah. I went, should I try it? And he goes, might as well. And then I texted him and went, it's on. And literally, since I sent that text, I've never been so dedicated to a diet.
I'm going to out Stevie, and you're going to love him for this. So Stevie, this is why I love Stevie Blue Eyes. He calls me up and he goes, hey, look, man, I want you to do me a favor this morning. I go, what? He goes, Shab is having a hard time with the ketogenic diet, but I want him to stick with it because I know once he gets over the hump, he's going to love it. And I go, all right. He goes, I want you to look at him and tell him he looks really lean. Remember yesterday or Monday
really?
when I go, you look lean, but you actually did. Yeah. But Stevie was looking out for you. Yeah. Stevie was like, I want Shab to stick to it. Man. He's such a good guy.
And now,
how about that though? Stevie Blue Eyes calling me up and trying to give you a pep talk. Yeah. And he's like, look, I don't give a shit if he does or not. I want you to tell him he looks lean.
Dude, I take pictures of my meal and send it to him now. I'm like, check it out, dog.
He's great.
He's the best. Drank way too much MCT oil before I ran this morning. I was literally like, hey, it's Venice Beach. I probably just shit in the sand, I guess. I was literally like, never been so close as a grown man to shit my pants. Yeah. I know it's not sexy to talk about. I was running. I was like, oh, my God. Yeah. What am I going to do?
I'm going to have to poo-poo.
What am I going to?
Run in the water.
No. Poo-poo. That'd be fun. No.
You're gonna shout out of your
rump. I'm about to bust. No, I'm about to bust all in my shorts on Venice Beach. And I was like, I was looking around. There's bums everywhere because I run early. So
just
they're
blaming
like,
on a bum.
They're just like getting up and getting their shit together. I'm like, no one would give a fuck. I should just shit behind this shed right now.
I was in Venice walking my dog, and my dog was eating all the shit. I was like, what's going on? I said, why is it human shit? My dog was eating bum shit. I was like, I gotta throw you away now. I have to throw my dog away.
Don't lick me.
You're not coming to my house. I gotta figure out a way to throw my dog away.
These bums, I don't know if you've ever been in Venice Beach. I don't know if you've ever been in Venice Beach about 7 a.m., 6:30 a.m. These bums are getting up, stretching, shaving and shit, getting their shit fixing. I saw a girl titties out, deodorant, fixing her hair. I was running by like, these bitches getting regular humans.
Oh, they're living there.
They're just getting ready.
They're getting reggy and ready.
There's a whole fucking army of them.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I want to be like, yeah, I'm going to shit over here. I don't want to even say anything.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
My dog had
That's every day, son.
had a feast. I was like, whoa, what are you doing?
Feast? I feel sick.
I said to the vet, I go, is it bad for him? My vet goes, not really. It really isn't. I go, but it's bum poo.
Oh, I feel sick.
It's bum poo. It's probably full of drugs and everything else. She's like, yeah, well, they do fine.
Dude, I feel so sick. Why did you take it then?
Why do dogs do that?
No, they say it's a lack of something in their diet because my pit bull used to eat shit nonstop. My doctor said it was or my vet said it was something.
They need magnesium.
Yeah, something like that. I'm like, well, for sure, give me some goddamn pills so he stops eating shit.
Okay. So on the
ketogenic, I eat piece of shit like you for breakfast.
On the ketogenic,
no, seriously.
What don't you eat?
Carbs.
Besides bum poo.
Carbs. All your food is from fats and protein.
So when you say carbs,
so like this morning I had 3 eggs over easy, bacon and avocado, and then my coffee I put MCT oil in it. I put this butter in it, and then stevia, and then most of my I have to snack on. I have nuts covered in cinnamon. This is what's weird. I'm never that hungry ever. Really, I'm never that hungry, and I'm also. I don't crave. I haven't had sweets or anything. I don't crave anything. It's nuts.
That's because the fats take longer to digest, right?
Yeah,
and no sugar, right? No sugar.
Zero. I don't eat fruit, bro.
Yeah,
I don't eat fruit.
How about berries?
Some people can eat berries.
Blueberries
I don't eat anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I did shoot a thing of which they told me I could do, but I didn't even enjoy it. I shot a thing of whipped cream in my mouth, like a porno. Like I just fucking deep throat this can. What? You can have dairy. Oh yeah, you can have cheese, sour cream. I ate a block of cheese the other night. Wow. I felt fucking great.
Really?
Yeah, man. It was this. Did you know cheddar started in London?
I knew it was English.
Yeah. So cheddar originated in London, and they have this sweet cheddar that comes from England at Whole Foods. Oh, it will knock your dick in the dirt.
Super yellow.
Oh, bro.
Oh, sun yellow.
My mouth is watering for cheese.
Oh yeah.
It's nice.
You said that to me. I got some cheese, knock your dick in the dirt.
I did, and you forgot. We were over the house working on shit.
I thought about it as I was leaving. I could have had my mouth in some cheese.
It's gone now. A couple 1-2 mice. So on this ketogenic diet, Rogan told me. A couple 1-2 mice. Rogan told me, he goes, I was like, hey, what do you do for snacks? It might have been Stevie Blue Eyes or Rogan. I'm getting confused who I was texting. But they go, you can eat pork rinds. I went, huh? Because I need something crunchy. There's not a lot of crunch.
Yeah.
And so I went up to the store, and that's the story I was going to tell. So I go up to the store. Whole Foods doesn't carry pork rinds, to my surprise. But I'm there anyway, so I bought a bunch of random shit. You ever do that when you go to Whole Foods? I just buy random shit.
Yeah, you're fucked. There's too much new stuff that you've never heard of that looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm like,
I always end up in the same situation.
I guess I need cheddar cheese covered in fucking goji berries. I'll try it. It's weird. But so I went to Ralph's. They're $2. I had to go to the Hood Ralph's too, not the one in Marina Del Rey. I went to the Hood Ralph's, $2 a bag.
Wow!
You can dip those in guacamole for snacks.
Yum yum yum.
Yeah, man, and you just feel good.
So you're not having.
But this is what I was gonna tell. We can keep going with the diet, but I'm in Whole Foods, and this guy comes up to me, and educated dude. You can totally tell he knows the sport. He knows UFC. I forget who he works for. Sorry, man, but smart guy, has his shit together. And he's there in late night shopping, and he goes, "Can I ask you a question, man?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Why do you hate Dana White and UFC?" And I went, oh, I said, that's so weird. I said on the show, because he listened to the show, he goes, I said, on the show, I get fan questions like, dude, I go, I don't get why people think I hate them. I said, I think it comes from because we don't hear any other, I don't refer to myself as a public figure.
Unrestrained criticism.
We don't hear another person with my educated opinion with a following like I do that speaks about the UFC the way I do, so it comes off as hate. There's no one.
You're making observations that are truthful,
but it doesn't come from a place of hatred or anything like that. Like, it's a discussion. There's also, like, to me, fair is fair, and it's a discussion. There's no hate. Like, if Dana want to come on the show right now, sure, man. Like, there's no hate. There's no animosity on my part. And I think it's because maybe I'm older, but when I was younger, for sure, man, some of the stuff that he said to me, some of the stuff that they've done, there'd be hate. Yeah. Man, there's no hate. For me, it's fun to talk about. You're not a guy who
holds on to that kind of anger.
I don't like when people don't like me.
If anything, I remember what bummed you out was the fact that Dana didn't like you.
Yeah, like he's always had an issue with me.
That's what you were told. Like, I've been with you where people who are in the know said he just doesn't like you. Yeah. And I remember that really hurt your feelings because you're working for the guy.
It did, and there's some other, and you got the fans are smart. You can put two and two together and realize why he doesn't like me. It doesn't have to do with the way I fight. You guys can figure that out if you know my history. So to me, I was like, what? We're grown men. Why would you like it over that? It's fucking weird. Yeah. But then I have a personality, and you get a bunch of people to listen to you, and I speak freely. Like, I don't have any filter. Yeah. So that's all. That's why I was saying back to the guy. I just went, that's so weird. I said, I don't see that, man. And he goes, I figured you just don't like him. I went, oh no, I don't miss the UFC. If on our shows we talk about UFCs. I said I love all the fighters. I think they put on the best live show on earth. Oh yeah. I think there's nothing better. I'm balls deep in it, man. I said, I think it comes off that way because you don't hear anyone else talk like that. You tune into Fox, who they have to speak good about them. They can't bring up anything other than that. You listen to probably some other shows who are getting paid by the UFC, or they're just dick riders. I said, I'm just not, man. I said, and it's real. And for that to come off as that I hate him, I said, that's a little weird. And he went, I kind of get it now, man. I went, it's all good. I said, I really don't care either way as long as you guys are listening. Yeah. But again, I always say this, and we're going all over the place here, but as long as you stand for something, man. Yeah. I always say that. As long as you stand for something. Yeah. If you're in the middle and you're trying to please everyone, you're fucked, man, in life. Yeah. Whether you have 3 million people listening to you every day or if you're just in a group of friends. If you're the guy I go to and ask your opinion and you're going to play both sides, you can't be my friend, man. You can't be that guy. You got to have a backbone.
You define yourself on what your lines are. Yeah. You define
as long as they're real
on the lines you're not willing to cross. You define yourselves on the lines you're willing to fight for. That's very
pretty
important.
Interesting.
It's very true. Think about it.
I was surprised though. This guy goes, he got comfortable because we were talking, and then he goes, hey, can I ask you a question? I went, sure. And he goes, I get why a lot of guys don't like Dana, right? He goes, I get it, and he even quoted what Dana was in. Was it GQ or something, or what? Forbes most hated men, like top 10 most hated sports figures, something like that. Yeah, he was like number 7 or something like that. He quoted. I didn't even know that. And I went, I think it comes with the territory. He's outspoken. You get a lot of guys hate him, love him. But also it's the fight business. Promoters are promoters, man. Yeah. 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 But it kind of, I was thinking about it all night. I was like, it's weird. I don't see it that way.
It's a good point, man. I mean, I think that, I've always felt that your criticism for the most part was not only informed, but fair, and I think you could have been a lot more critical.
Oh, there's shots that could have been fired from this fucking brain of mine. It'll be in my book.
But
sure.
You also
I'll put it in my
There's
book.
a lot about the UFC that is good, and there's a lot about the UFC that does.
There's more good than
right,
bad.
100%.
But if all we do is talk about what's good on here, which we do, we break down great fighters all the time. Conor is part of the UFC. Conor is the UFC. We talk about him all the time. I'll tell you what's crazy is there's fights this weekend with John Jones, who's the most talented guy in the UFC. We're not even talking about him. We're talking about Conor.
Isn't that funny?
That's the power.
Yeah.
That's the power. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Should we go to some current events?
Let's do some current events, kids.
Sure. And that's actually like a perfect segue. Another thing that's just absolutely not getting talked about, and saw someone posted this on Twitter that this weekend, Benson Henderson will be fighting for a title at Bellator.
Yes!
And if he were to win, he would be the first man ever to hold a title in the UFC, in the WEC, and in Bellator.
No one's talking about
the
it.
three most
Thank
major
you, Evan.
titles you can win in like the last decade.
Thank
basically.
you. It's like that fucking horse race winning all the races. What do they call it? The Kentucky
Triple Crown.
Derby,
He's the Triple Crown of MMA, and no one's talking about it
Benson Henderson.
because
A beast.
and when you this shows fires a little bit that when you go to Bellator, you're not going to get the same PR or anything like that, because if Ben was coming to the UFC fighting for the title and was going to be a fucking Triple Crown winner,
It'd be big.
it would be all up in our face.
Yes.
That's a whole PR machine. That's the whole media machine.
Yep.
So for Ben Henderson, this is going to be, that's one of the downfalls of going to Bellator.
Yeah.
You're not getting as much publicity. Granted, he was on ESPN yesterday talking about it.
Was he?
He's breaking down the fight on ESPN in person.
Ooh.
And Ben Henderson is smart, educated, and a beast of a fighter.
He's a beast.
And no one's talking about it.
Is he fighting at 70 or is he fighting at 55?
70? I'm not sure. Let me look it up.
I'm pretty sure. I think you're right, Ev. I think it's 70. And the guy he fought, I can't remember his name. He trained with us. We used to have these Russians from Bellator come to Reign to train with us. Ooh, man, they were tough.
Oh, God.
The champ, he was champ for a while. Their heavyweight champ came with us. He was a beast. But the guy Ben's fighting trained with us, and he is a motherfucker.
Really?
It's at 170 against
Russian guy?
Andrei Koreshkov.
He's a motherfucker. Oof. I had to grapple. Granted, I'm way bigger. I grappled with him, sparred with him, and then we did wall drills.
So he's sparring with you at your size?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to hit him, man. But then I saw him go against people his weight, and I was like, holy fuck, this kid's going to be good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
Didn't speak a word of English, really. It was tough to talk to him. But there's these
What's
monsters.
his thing, those Russians?
He's really good at striking, but then you look at his last fights. His one fight that he lost, he got out-grappled. His next fight, he won by grappling. Like, he's just a monster. He can grapple, too.
Complete fighter.
Now, Ben Henderson can fucking grapple, man.
Well, we've seen Ben Henderson take so-called monsters and make them look like they're just another guy. Ben Henderson is the elite.
Ben's one of the good guys, man.
He's the elite.
Again, you want to root for someone like this. You want if you have a young kid fighting and you're a parent, you can look at Ben Henderson and say, be like him. He's never done anything wrong in his life. He works his ass off.
Keeps a toothpick in his mouth.
Keeps a toothpick, which is weird. But he's just a good dude. He's one of the good guys. You want this guy to succeed. Yeah. He's one of the good guys.
Not mad at those angel wings either.
You also, again, to help the sport grow, you want a guy at his caliber to leave the UFC and be successful. We haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
We just haven't had that yet. Yeah. So for Ben Henderson to be a Triple Crown winner, it's good for the sport. These conversations are good for the sport.
Very much so.
I love Ben, too. One of my favorite people, man.
It's awesome.
Next one?
Yeah, good one, Evan.
All right, let's keep it going. Next one. This isn't official yet, but it should be announced in the next couple days. Ryzen is going to book Fedor versus Fabio Maldonado.
Fuck you. That's why I say to Fedor, fuck you.
Why?
You're just going to beat up these guys? Hey, man, you're a legend. You're destroying your reputation. You're destroying. You're a fucking legend. Yeah. You're one of the best of all time. Some consider you the best of all time.
Who would you like to see him fight?
Name someone else. Dada 5000. What's next? Dada 5000? You son of a bitch. You Russian son of a bitch. I saw a quote. I think MMA Fighting, or maybe I forget who did it, but he put the chance of me signing with the UFC is high. Fedor said that. No, saw it today. Saw he goes, the chance of me signing with the UFC are very
really
good.
Interesting.
Would be interesting, right? Be a nice mix up.
It'd be interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't make shit up, man.
It would be interesting.
Can't toss that out.
No, I figured you weren't making it up. I was surprised I hadn't seen it. Yeah, Fedor, the probability is very high that I will sign with the UFC from a Bloody Elbow article.
It'd be interesting, though, to see how he would do against now the elite heavyweights.
So you talking about the animals? And now that we got drug testing?
Yeah, I mean...
Strict drug testing?
Yeah, with me...
This ain't pride, homie.
Stipe Miocic
this ain't the
might
Wild
have
Wild
something
West.
to say. You know...
I don't... Yeah, maybe.
If he still has that explosiveness and that power and that timing...
If you saw his fight against his last guy, I mean, he looks pretty explosive, but I don't see it happening, man. Also, it's like... I don't know.
Very talented fighter, but
it's like putting Larry Bird on the fucking Celtics right now against these young kids.
A little bit, right?
They're gonna rub his nuts. They're gonna rub their nuts on his.
Is that what you're saying?
When they dunk.
Is that what you think so?
The younger guy, but no, man, the UFC could use that energy from Fedor because name a young pup.
He'd have his hands full.
Name a young pup.
Fedor's gonna have his hands full.
Oh, he ain't. It ain't the Pride Days. He
Yeah,
ain't wrecking
he's
through
got-
that
yeah.
train. I think Cain would have something to say. That's who you give him first is Cain.
Yeah.
Verdum now with his striking definitely have something to say. Mark Hunt might take you for a fun ride with that left hook.
That's true.
You don't think you could take out Hunt again?
I know he beat him now. I don't know. That this Hunt, it's confident. He has more grappling than ever.
Bottom line
he just
is-
signed a huge contract.
Yeah.
And also,
Fedor will be very
don't make me call my boy Brock to start training for your ass, Fedor. You know what I'm saying? And we have a
Excuse me,
mega
sir.
fight. Then you got a mega fight.
Hey,
That's the fight.
easy, Mr. Marketing Genius.
Dude, can you imagine those numbers? Has that train passed though? Is Fedor too old now? But like,
How old is he?
this
38?
David-
Hey, man, if Hoist and Ken Shamrock can draw, there is no age gap. There is
How,
no
how
age
old is
limit.
how old is
point.
Fedor right now? Because Hunt's 41 and
38.
killing it.
I know, but it's not even that big. Like he retired. Like he
Yeah.
hasn't been in the public light. Like
The mystique is
the
gone.
old school heads remember fucking Fedor. I had a shirt with Fedor on it.
Yeah.
I saw Fedor fight, and it was like Michael Jordan in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I would suck him off.
Dude, we stayed up until like 3 o'clock in the morning for Pride cards to start so we could watch Fedor fight on New Year's Eve. Like,
Dude,
there was nothing.
And
that
he
was
looked
keeping
like
us
he had
from
just
watching
finished
this.
playing a game of cards.
Dude,
and he was just,
in college, I can remember a few cards that we bought when Krokop and Fedor fought. I was like, holy shit, look at these fucking guys.
yeah.
I mean, that's how I remember.
Did you
Fedor.
think you were going to be a fighter then?
No.
You didn't.
Not really. Not
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be fighting Mirko Krokop 6 years later.
God.
What the fuck?
How weird is that?
If someone would
So wait, you were in college-
if someone came down that college dorm and be like, hey, you see that guy right there fighting Fedor? In 6 years, you better get ready. What?
Oh my God.
What do you mean?
My God.
I'm playing the NFL. Wrong, bitch. You're in Cappuccino and Buffalo, and you get ready to fight.
Yeah, and there you were.
What else you got, Evan?
All right, last one. This is news from today, a couple hours ago.
Fuck, we got some breaking news.
Yep. Not MMA related. First non-MMA related thing I think we've talked about all day.
It's all right.
$20 bill, getting a new face on it. Andrew Jackson, you fucking out.
Why? Because he's politically incorrect. Because he bragged about killing Native Americans.
With the move that they're making with the replacement person, who do you think it's gonna be? We already know who it is. Shop, don't you be looking it up right now.
Hold on.
You put that phone down right now, Shop.
Who do I think it is on the $20 bill?
$20 bill? I'm assuming it's a black person.
Check.
Is it President Obama?
Nope.
Martin Luther King.
Nope.
Is it
Malcolm X.
Clarence,
That'd be so sick.
That would be sick.
Is it Clarence Thomas? Hold
Is it?
Thurgood
Hold on.
Marshall?
One other big way you can narrow this down.
Ice Cube.
Should be Oprah. That's who it should be.
She's
Is it
getting closer.
Is
She's
it
the
it's a
closest.
woman? It's a black
She's-
woman?
Yes.
Oh, Rosa Parks.
No, it's your girl Harriet Tubman.
Oh, shit.
The old tubster.
The old Tubman.
The old tubby tub.
Let's not call her that.
Bro, that's her nickname. Tubman?
The old,
Harriet Tubman?
the old tubster. I'm not mad
Old
at that.
tubby tub.
I'm not mad at that idea.
The old tubster made the bills.
Harriet Tubman.
Enjoy that.
I got no problem with that. It's all good.
Dude, I remember Rosa Parks came to DU.
Really?
To speak.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't go. But
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks. I didn't go. I was like, well, you know, I don't want to get into it, but
Yeah.
it seemed like it'd be a little boring. So, are you just going to talk about the time you went sit down in the back of the bus? Or?
I'd imagine she was probably talking about.
It's a 3-hour long
courage.
speech. Is there
I'd imagine
is there more to it?
she's probably talking about courage and.
Do we just keep
standing up
going
for
over that?
principles.
No, I'm with you. I'm just fucking yeah.
I know.
But that in my head, I was young.
can I be
was
honest?
like, I was
Can I
like, is there? Did she do something else besides not sit down on the bus,
can I
or
be- can
is
I
there
be-
some story I'm missing here?
Can I be totally honest
It's
with
3
you?
hours.
Can I be totally honest
You'd
with you?
miss it too.
I might have to miss it too.
But all my
I'm
friends
not good
went.
with that stuff.
All my friends went, and I made up a lie to get out of it. I was like, "Oh, I have to go get a McFlurry." or
Ooh,
something.
I have to get. Yeah, I have an operation.
Oh man, I got fucking Trump's up the street. I'll see you there.
Yeah, I'm weird with all kinds of stuff like that. I know it's historical, and I know I should go. And
Like, bro,
That's like,
it's
oh.
fucking Rosa Parks. I'm like, cool. Send me a picture.
yeah,
I mean, what do you?
I'll watch on YouTube.
Nah. I mean, if it's like Malcolm X and there's a fucking,
Revolution.
yeah, some gnarly shit, I'm in.
Well, I don't know how good of a speaker she was. Yeah, you want to go to somebody who can speak.
No, she's real soft-spoken, 100 years old,
Yeah.
and would keep repeating the same story over and over. I was like, all right, we got to get off this bus thing, lady. Let's keep going, man.
I don't know. If that's
It's super
would.
fucked up, but
But
What else you got?
That's
Maya
what Tubman's
Angelou
so
would be
interesting. She's
fascinating.
got that underground railroad she got to roll with.
Tubby's another level.
Oh, that's no
The
joke.
Tubster?
Yeah, the next level
You're
civil
fucking
rights
right. The
activist.
Tubster's on the fucking $5.
20.
20, baby.
Even more than 5.
She knocked
Fuck's
Andrew
sake.
Jackson out, man. All
Dude,
in Jackson.
Lincoln's on the 5, huh?
Yeah.
Man.
You know, Jackson, Andrew Jackson had a duel, right? Or he got shot, I think, in battle. And he had he'd gotten shot through the rib. And so periodically it was kind of like a vent. It was like it was an open wound, basically.
Sick.
That would seep.
Like ram air.
Yeah.
Like gills?
And he would get sick,
awesome.
and
I
he would
want
have
gills.
to take like 3 days at a time to kind of just sit there and
Because he's in a duel?
yeah,
Just
and
a man's
he was a
man.
rough dude, man. He was a
you imagine if people still duel
battle-hardened-
today?
Yeah, battle
Huh?
hardened guy.
They
Yeah.
fucking meeting you at
Andrew
12 o'clock
Jackson.
to shoot each other?
Yeah.
They walk like 8 steps, then turn around? What a terrible idea.
It was crazy. It was nuts.
I can't believe they stuck to the 8 steps. This world, there's no way.
I wouldn't do that shit.
8, cool, on 4, I'm turn around. As soon as you turn around, boom, I took 8. My 8
Well,
are
it was
faster
all
than
about
yours.
honor and rules.
That's when it counted. That's when
But it's also
counted.
retarded because you'd be like 8 steps away and blast each
Why
other
wouldn't
away.
you duck?
Why wouldn't you?
Why
not
would you
do it?
stand straight?
You know what I'd do? I'd go.
I'd lean.
Yeah. I'd be like, nah, I don't want to.
I just wouldn't show up.
Couldn't do it back then. You had to fight.
What else you got, Ev?
That's a wrap.
Man,
Currents.
those are good fucking current
They are good
eventies.
current eventies. Really.
You got a drop in knowledge?
I got a good drop in knowledge, and I
Does it
and I
involve
wanna,
the Tubster?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's this guy Nick who sent something I want to just say about. No, it's not about that, but this guy Nick said something really interesting. Remember when I was talking about how there are statistics, lies, damn lies, and statistics? You remember that when I read all those stats about the British welfare system, medical system? My last dropping knowledge, and I basically said that Britain has nationalized healthcare, and I was right, but this guy brought to my attention that Britain also has private healthcare if you want it, and it's always available for purchase. So I was wrong in saying that the entire system is only about the national healthcare system. In fact, you can get an operation, you just got to pay for it just like in this country. So they're not that different. So thank you, Nick, for setting the record straight. But here's my dropping knowledge that I wanted to, I'm kind of paraphrasing David Brooks from the New York Times. You can read the article, but basically it's about this. And it goes back to what you were saying about Dana White or how you feel about Dana or anything else. We have a tendency, a narrative in this country. We have a tendency to dismiss or categorize people with a story, with one story. It's like you've got Donald Trump who says the problem is the Mexicans. You've got Bernie Sanders who says the problem is corporations and banks. You've got, Hillary seems to be kind of in the middle. You have Ted Cruz saying that the problem is government in Washington. When you categorize things with one story, when you suggest that somebody is one-dimensional, instead of the fact that we are an amalgamation of many different stories, many different choices, many different points of view.
But those people define you that way, right?
Exactly.
That one way.
They
and
define
run
you
with it.
one way.
'Cause
They
why?
say you're a liberal,
Yep.
you're a conservative, you're a racist, you're white,
You're a
you're
dumbass.
black, you're ghetto. And you are blind when you behave that way. You are putting on blinders on purpose. We are way more complicated than that. And the issues that challenge us, that we have to solve, are way more complicated. They are not black and white. There aren't easy answers. These are complex questions, and there are complex answers. And the way you get closer to the truth is by reading different points of view. Don't just read one. I fall for this. Look, I'm an educated guy to an extent. I fall for this all the time. I'll read an article in the New York Times, and I talk and I pontificate about the drug industry and how the drug companies send representatives to doctors and get doctors to basically honey dick doctors.
Yeah, that's true.
A guy from Tim Kennedy, who used to be in Tim Kennedy's outfit, the Green Berets,
Yeah.
who sells pharmaceuticals. He emailed me and he goes, dude, guess what? I listen to your podcast. I love your podcast. Great stuff. You're wrong. I know you read an article in the New York Times, and it is an educated, informed article. But that's not the reality of what I live. I sell pharmaceuticals all the time, and everybody in my office is not a hot cheerleader. Everybody in my office is a regular dude.
Well, then I don't want to buy your shit.
Right, exactly.
If I'm a doctor, I ain't buying.
And he's like, and I have a really hard job. I wait in a waiting room for like an hour. And then,
yeah, but there's sides to every story.
Yes,
for
and
sure.
that's the point.
Yeah, just
there's sides to everybody. So when you say
can't read
say,
one story
right.
and then base everything
Right.
off that, right? Like,
Right.
you maybe do it all. Like what I agree with what you're
Yeah.
saying. Get different perspectives, then come up with your own idea.
Exactly.
But to regurgitate someone else's idea because they wrote it and hate Donald Trump or they hate Bryan, or they hate Brendan Schaub, or they hate Dana White, or they hate Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Right.
You're just using someone else's idea. That's no different than me picking out what you're going to wear every day.
Right.
You don't want that
like
shit.
even Dana White, I think you would agree with this. Dana is like people say, if somebody says Dana's an asshole, or Dana's this, Dana's a complicated person like a lot of us. Dana has good sides, bad sides. Dana's emotional. Dana makes mistakes like anything else. So again, you're going to see a lot more of a person, and you're going to have a deeper understanding of not only the person in front of you, but the issues that are challenging you, whether they're personal issues or they're national issues, if you give it the benefit of the doubt to realize that there's a lot more to the story. So educate yourself before you jump to an opinion.
Tim Kennedy's guy selling pharmaceutical for sure. Hire hot chicks who want to sell more shit.
Yeah, he's great.
Let's go some fan questions. Fan questions.
My son, I tried to hug my son, and he jammed his nail into my nose so deep this
have to
morning.
smack his
I go,
fucking
here, give me a
face.
hug. And he goes, no. He goes, get off. And he thumbed my fucking the inside of my nose with that sharp nail. I looked at his nails, by the way. You talking about mini Dracula.
They don't cut them?
You talking
Well, that's
about
on you,
what?
man.
I was like, hey, mom, cut the kid's nails. And dirty. Oh, dirty. I mean, just kids are not into, bathing their nails.
Again, that reflects on the parents, Brian. You got to cut those nails. You got to
clip
clean
them
this.
down. I was like, listen, Dracula, you playing a flamenco guitar? What's going on here, man? You
going
picking
on?
a guitar?
You a pimp?
You pimp?
You a pimp?
You pimping out?
Using those for coke? Cocaina? What do you got, Ev?
Kid.
All right, first question. Brendan, I heard speculation that Conor's contract with the UFC, retirement or not, would restrict him from going to the WWE. Let's say Vince McMahon saw the Figher and the Kid 3D, liked it, and wanted to do some business. With you being legitimately retired, yet still having a Zuffa contract, could the UFC stop you from working with WWE?
It's a great question. Someone
Well
knows
thought
their
out.
shit. Well thought out.
I would be.
It's been a long time, and I think maybe if they knew that I'm, there's no chance of me ever fighting, they might. If something like that came up, I promise you, I'd call Dana White man to man. Like, listen, brother, listen, man. I think you're gonna get farther going that route, even though I talk all this shit, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I would call him directly. I would also have some very good lawyers, which I have now, which I didn't when I fought in the UFC. Now I have some high-powered lawyers look over the contract because there's a certain amount of time that they own me, right? So if something like that came up, I'd go to him. I'm not sure, though, man. Again, I'm nowhere near in the same realm as a Conor, Ronda, and I'm Brock, nowhere near, man. So they might just be like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Brendan Schaub. Yeah. Go fight till you have brain trauma. They might let me go.
All right, next question. Is there any fight that can make up for or be better than Conor and Nate at 200?
Nope.
We talked about it. Like you said, the only person that can save that card is GSP.
Yep. But as far as getting the same draw as Conor, no. And obviously your Grand Slam is Conor versus GSP at Madison Square Garden.
All right, next one. This one comes from Esoterica. I'm training to fight at an MMA gym, and being that I'm a young, attractive female, I've had to deal with a lot of bullshit from my male teammates there. I feel like I'm automatically made to be an object, and that precedes how hard I train and my talent as a martial artist. I felt pressure from the majority of the team to sleep with one of the guys I train with, which I'm so not about, and they even had the Erica sweepstakes, that's fucked up, after one of our fights to see who could score with me. How do you think I should deal with this? It frustrates me and sometimes makes me uncomfortable with training.
I hate to hear this. I am glad I won the contest, though.
Yeah.
Now, listen.
My answer is to let it fuel
That
you.
happened at my gym at Box and Burn. I'm the guy that won. So.
I would do two things. I would let it fuel you, and when a guy isn't that way, I would compliment him on how he's different than the other guys.
Hey, man, thanks for not pulling out your dick last night. That was fantastic.
Shouldn't really have to thank someone for doing that. It's just kind of common human.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you rolling with me and not shoving your dick in my mouth. Hey, no problem. See you tomorrow? Yeah.
Sir, we're answering a serious question.
Hey, I really appreciate you getting both your hooks in and not jamming your rod.
Hey.
Into
She's
my back.
asking a serious question. God damn it. And you're making it.
You know what?
You're doing to her what she's had to deal with.
Thanks for not taking me
Fucking,
to North
the
South
girl's
every
been dealing with this shit, and now she emails us, and we're
Thanks for not fisting my mouth. All right. Sorry. No, listen, this is what you do. You can't even, and it sucks to say this, but you can't even dress provocative. You can't. There's no booty shorts. There's no spandex. There's no tights. You're going there for business. Treat it like it's business. There's no drinks afterwards either. You gotta, for a while, until they realize and treat you like one of the guys. I've seen this a million times. Yeah. Until they treat you like you're one of the guys, and like, all right,
and they will
she's
eventually.
Cool. They will
right?
for sure, unless they're a bunch of tools.
Yeah.
With egos, but eventually they're like, yeah, she's just like us. She's cool. She trains her ass off. She's she's winning. That's how you have to do it. But the moment you hook up with one of them, you give them that little bit of light. Yeah. All the homies trying to run and train.
This is very true.
With their jiu-jitsu belts on top of their head, naked and back in the locker. Yeah. Never seen that.
I think you're right about that. The minute
you,
unless you date a guy very seriously, but for the minute you open that door with any of them, but she sounds like she doesn't want to. Sounds like she wants to train. That's a pain in the ass.
I can't imagine.
That is a fucking. That is a
shout out to that girl.
Ass.
To be pretty and fight. You got some balls.
Good for you. And also the fact that I would let it fuel you. I think most beautiful women in the industry, whether it's, I'm telling you, in Hollywood, this is the case, and it's hard. I mean, try being super pretty and dealing with a lot of powerful men who can make or break your career. It ain't easy. But there are more protections. But it's tough, man. It's tough. But
she's also in a man's world. Like what you signed up for is a man. Like
it's a man's world. Yeah,
you're straight up in a. So,
but that's all right. You can do it.
Yeah, for sure you can do it. Yeah. Look at Ronda. Look at all these. Look at Holly. You don't think Holly and Ronda dealt with this shit?
Sure.
And Holly's at Greg Jackson's gym.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's all dudes there. So and Michelle Watterson. Look at Michelle Watterson. She's fucking gorgeous.
Yep.
She was doing it before it was cool. She was doing it before all these girls.
Yep.
And she's gorgeous, man. She figured it out. So. It's been done before. You are in a man's world. This is what you signed up for.
But you can deal with it.
If these guys are legit like dudes, they're gonna figure out not be dicks. If they're not, call us. We'll come down and slap the fuck out of them.
Yeah. Compliment a guy on not being a fucking dirtbag if he does.
Don't compliment him. Just fucking train. Hey man, thanks for being nice for me, not jacking off in my face.
No. There's a way to do. No. Listen, I know some beautiful women have to deal with this like on a high level. And
I've been in gyms all my life, man. I've seen girls who have done it successfully. You don't engage in any of that bullshit. Don't compliment them for treating you nice. Don't compliment them for training. Just go do your job and go home. That's it.
If they're treating you nice anyway, you don't have to worry about those guys in the first place. They're the normal ones.
We see this with
you're gonna open up a weird door if you start complimenting everyone.
I watched Eliza Schlesinger deal with this. Like Eliza Schlesinger's hot, and she's been doing this for a long time. Eliza never, and Whitney did the same thing. Like these girls never engaged. Like they were surrounded by guys in a guy's world, and everybody was trying to bang them. And especially, I'm thinking about Eliza, and I know Whitney for sure, but they kept their distance. They kept writing. They kept doing their job. And pretty soon they became undeniable. And so none of us, every guy was like, she's a comic.
That's a
male's world
world, too. That's a male's world. Think about Whitney Cummings, gorgeous. You got Whitney, you got Eliza.
Yeah. It's very much a man's world. But
so if you're good looking, too, it's even tougher as a female comedian.
But what they did is they just kept getting funnier. They kept getting better.
Eliza's a fucking beast.
She's a beast. Her comedy's she's amazing.
Well, her work ethic is nuts.
It's nuts.
She's just shooting her special, I think, this weekend in Chicago. Another special.
Yeah,
she just shot one for fucking Netflix.
Have you seen that new show she's hosting?
No.
She's hosting like a game show kind of thing.
Yeah.
I watched a couple episodes.
Was it good?
Pretty good. Yeah.
She's always writing. She's always working, and she.
What else you got, Ev? Let's do one more.
All right, we'll do. Let's see here. Should the UFC give people who buy tickets to fights their money back when fighters they want to see pull out? The last two fights have gotten pulled, and two fighters have been replaced. Obviously, it's been
slippery slope. That's what you sign up for.
Sports. It's like if I go to a Broncos game and Peyton Manning he's questionable, he doesn't play. I'm not like, dude, I came here for Peyton. I need my fucking money back. Exactly. You're paying for the experience. Yeah. I understand if you fly from Ireland and Conor's fighting in Vegas and you get there, it sucks, man. But they can't refund people because you don't like what the main event is now. You just can't. You can't run a business like that.
It's part of the game. It's a price you're gonna pay.
Fight game.
Yeah,
you guys will be all right. Boom! This was a fun one, Callan. I was excited for this one, buddy. We got some more work to do. I'm sure we'll get to it.
Pal. It never ends. We got to go.
Never ends this weekend, and I think there's literally 5 to 10 tickets left. We are in Oklahoma. Go to tfatk.com to see us in Oklahoma. The UFC follows our live show right after that, and then the following week we are in. The Midwest tour starts. Minneapolis, Madison, Wisconsin, and Chicago. Chicago, big theater. Let's sell that bitch out. Madison, Wisconsin, never been. Should be fun. Then Minneapolis. That's the 28th, 29th, and 30th. So Oklahoma, Minneapolis, Madison, Chicago, all in the next 10 days. Let's do it. Fire in the Kid Squad, Fire in the Kid Army, Fire in the Kid Tribe, whatever you want to refer to yourselves as. TFAT K3D pre-sale still going on. You might want to wait because we're going to drop a shirt May 3rd, a new one, and I think it's the best one yet. This is the Fire in the Kid. We're out.